I'm Destiny, and this is
Nat.
We are doing lesbian versus bisexuality. So Nat, I'm assuming you're bisexual. Does that mean that you like girls as much as you like boys?
It's not about being like 50-50. Some people are 50-50, but some are like 30 more one way, 70 more like the other.
The reason why lesbians have such a bad idea of what like bisexuality is because of like the bisexuals that have came out. A lot of girls have either thought it was a phase or like they've done it for attention, or they just do it because they just want to be able to hook up with girls and guys. I mean, is it hard for you to date a lesbian? Do lesbians look at you differently because you're bisexual?
Yeah, because I remember there was like the reason why we didn't go anything further was because they were like, oh, you're probably gonna leave me for a dude.
I think it's just harder like on a lesbian's perspective because it's like you're not only like dealing with the insecurities of like losing the person to a girl. So how is it when you tell a guy like that you're bisexual?
Guys, they're always more excited about it because of that fantasy of like joining in or like having a threesome. They just automatically assume you're open to it. You know you're not like 90-10 bisexual opposed to just a lesbian.
Oh, okay. You know, that's a good question. Well, for me, I could look at a guy and if he's attractive, like, of course I can be like, wow, like, he's attractive. Like, for me, getting romantically involved with a guy like that, I just can't imagine myself. Just because I've tried. It's just like, with a guy, it just felt completely wrong. And with the girl, that's when I was like, oh, like, this is how it's supposed to feel. Attracted to someone like this as opposed to just someone that's, like, good looking for how they look. How do you feel about, like, people and how they really just don't believe that bisexuality is a real thing?
But it, like, offends me because how are you going to say what, like, I'm feeling is wrong? And it comes a lot from the LGBT community, which, like, really surprises me because, like, they want their acceptance, but they're, like, shutting down ours.
There was a time where I myself was kind of like mad at the idea of bisexuality, and not because like I didn't believe in it. I was just frustrated because, like I said, like there was a lot of girls that abused the term. But it's just crazy that in our own LGBT community that there is that divide on who believes in bisexuality. Can you equally like see yourself emotionally and like physically with a girl as you can with a guy?
They have their pros and cons. With a guy, I feel like it's easier for me to physically than with a girl. Like, I think since I'm still so new into like, I don't want to say exploring that side, but like, it just makes me kind of uncomfortable because I don't know what to do.
And that's true because like when you are bisexual, like you do date guys, so you tend to date more guys than girls. I feel like since girls that are still exploring that side say they're bisexual, it's kind of a turn off for like lesbians to like make them explore that side because we get scared and we're like, oh my god, like, is she gonna leave me for a guy? Because obviously, like, we're girls, like, we're not guys. Like, there's gonna be things that guys can do that girls can't. That's the part that really messes up a lesbian, because at the end of the day, like, we do want to be able to give those things. Even what we physically, like, can't do, we want to do. You explaining that makes me see that, oh, like, bisexuals just don't get that chance to explore that side.
Yeah, like, all the stories I hear, like, girls that are experimenting, or even guys that are, like, experimenting, they just use the term bisexual and throw it out. Because people have used it so much, they have, like, it
has, like, a bad rep. You know, it does. Like I said, like, even when I was in high school, like, there was girls that would say they were bi, but really they were just making out with girls at parties. Like, of course, like, when you're gay, you have to go through that struggle of coming out, of coming to terms of the fact that you're gay, and it's like, to see someone throw the term bisexuality loosely, it's kind of like an insult to the gay community.
There's not that many people that, like, I guess identify as bisexual. We don't get that same publicity that, like, gays and lesbians do, where, like, people want to know more kind of thing. They just assume, like, bisexuality doesn't exist. It's like they make you choose one or the other, straight or gay. No, like, gray area.
Do you ever get questions like that where they're like, oh, are you gonna, like, choose a side?
Yeah, they always ask, like, so are you gonna end up with a woman or with a man?
So you can equally see your, like, future with a girl as you can with a guy?
Yeah.
Would you ever feel like you were missing out?
I don't think so, because it doesn't matter who I end up with, a man or a woman. Like, I'm with them, and if I get married to them, then I want to be with them for a reason. When you are in love with somebody, you don't look at other people kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have that urge.
Because I know, like, in the past when I used to date bi girls, like, my biggest concern was, like, you know, when you go to the movies and you see, like, a really, like, good-looking dude, and you're just sitting there with, a girl that's obviously checking him out, it's kind of like, Damn! Do you have anything to say to the bisexuals out there that are trying to figure out if they're bisexual or not, or if they think they're more one side? What would be your advice to them?
I'm gonna get deep here. Just that you are valid and it's okay to not know. Because there are times where I think like I lean more one way, so I have to label myself as gay. Or I lean more the other way, so I have to label myself as straight. It's okay to not know. And it's okay to be in that gray area. Like, sexuality is fluid and it changes all the time. Don't let the haters get to you.
So subscribe, comment. Her stuff is gonna be in the bio description, so please follow her. Are you single?
Yeah.
She's single, so hit her up and give us ideas. Keep us posted. We love you. Okay, so you gotta do the kiss. You gotta do beiges. 1, 2, 3. Beiges!